Okay, so this detailer is asking, I'm currently running a mobile detailing business that's bringing in around $6,000 per month. I've been offered an opportunity that I wanted to run by the group and get your thoughts. A former client of mine owns a building with multiple bays, one of which is fully set up for detailing with water, power, drainage, etc. It's in a busy area, not the nicest neighborhood, but it's a clean facility and close to several major roads and businesses. He's offering to let me rent the detailing bay month to month with no deposit at $2,000 per month. He owns a dealership and says he'd rather work with someone who operates from a shop than continue hiring mobile guys. He's offered to send me regular dealership work and even go out and drum up business from other companies to funnel back into the shop. I've seen the space before. It's turnkey and ready to go. I told him I need 2 weeks to prepare, and he's cool with that. What do you guys think? Would you take the opportunity? Does that math work? Are there red flags that I'm missing? So at face value, it seems great. You have an old client. He's giving you a shop. He's going to drum up more business. It's month to month. Everything sounds great. But there's quite a few red flags that I would look at this. So, and I mean, yeah, this could have a bunch of red flags. So for one, like right now, you're making $6,000 per month, and I'm going to assume you are a solo operator, meaning you don't have any help, you don't have any employees or anything like that. So if that's the case, let's say I'm just gonna assume that you're at a 40% profit margin because it's just you. I'm assuming like maybe you just have your mobile rig, your commercial auto insurance, maybe your phone bill, a couple of expenses. So let's say you're running at a 40% profit margin because it's just you, right? So you're bringing home $2,400 a month in profit, okay? So the issue with that is, let's say you keep all things the same. I'll give you quite a few examples here, but let's say you keep everything the same here, right? And you continue to make $6,000 a month, but now you add that $2,000 per month in rent, right? So off the bat, that $2,000 is going to come straight out of your profit. So now, if we do the same math, $4,000, and you are operating at a 40%, at 40%, now you have $1,600 in profit, right? So by adding $2,000 in expenses, you cut your profit almost a little under half, right? And if you want to get more in-depth training on this, whether it's you need to learn about your numbers and see if you're profitable and if you can afford something, whether you need to get better at marketing and you want to optimize your website, maybe you need to create your website, maybe you need to get better at sales, or you want to train up a salesperson. All these trainings will be are found inside of my training platform called Detailers Growth Academy. You can click the link down below to check it out. So now, if you wanted to maintain that same 40%, you need to go and produce $15,000 in revenue by yourself without adding any extra expenses in order to maintain that 40% profit margin, right? And then you have to ask yourself, well, can you create $15,000 worth of revenue by yourself without adding any other expenses? Probably not, right? Because the more expenses you add, whether it's buying new software tools, whether it's getting a shop, whether it's getting a van, or whether it's the commercial auto insurance price going up on you, whether it's the whatever, like the more expenses you add or the higher the expense costs are, the more it's going to affect your profit margin, right? So not that that's bad, because that's just naturally how it goes. Like, you're not going to make the same profit margin when you're by yourself working at your personal vehicle with no car note, paying just commercial auto insurance, versus when you have a shop and you have a mobile rig and you're paying a note on the mobile rig and you have commercial auto insurance and you have an employee. You're not going to have the same profit margins. It's just literally not possible. Not that it's wrong, because that's literally how every other business runs. You're going to shrink your profit margins to, not shrink, but they're just not going to be as big as when you're by yourself, right? By yourself, 60, 70% profit margins, yes. When you actually start adding expenses, employees and such, you want it, you shouldn't be at 10%. 10% is just way too low. 15, 18 to 20, 25, 30%, depending on how you run your operations. So realistically, can you make $15,000 by yourself with no extra help? I guess if you work like a dog and, you just work every day, possibly, but is that the kind of lifestyle that you want? Probably not, right? So you're not going to maintain 40%, right? So I would say if you're going to get this $2,000 per month shop, you need to, at minimum, right? If you want to maintain a 20% profit margin is you need to produce at minimum $10,000 per month in revenue to make sense of that. Now, the other issue that I see here is that, look, like I know that you're saying that the shop is located on busy roads or major roads and businesses, okay? Now, that actually doesn't matter if you don't have a way for people to find you already. Like, for instance, right now, we generate around 200 to 300 leads per month through our SEO, through social media, through ads, right? We get 200 to 300 leads per month. So right now, we get walk-ins, right? People just come to our shop because they're finding us online. They find us on Google. They see us on social media. They give us a call. Say, oh, hey, can I pass by your shop? Yeah, absolutely. Come by, right? If you have no marketing going on to where people aren't finding you right now online, it won't make a difference when you get to shop. Even if it does, I wouldn't bet on the chance that it would, because now you're basing your livelihood on your business on the hope and the chance that it happens. Like right now, you're not in control of having an impact with this shop because you're basing it around, oh, well, it's a major roads and major businesses around you, so that'll bring me foot traffic. It can, but if right now, like as you're looking at that shop, you don't have marketing systems in place to consistently generate you leads and sales, it's not going to have as big of an impact as you think it is. Because if you look at many other major roads or whatever, there's businesses that go out of business, even if they are on a busy intersection or next to a major business or right off of a busy highway. There's still businesses that go out of business because it's not enough for them. They might be in a prime location, but don't have like a prime brand or prime marketing to bring in those leads and customers, right? So I would not look at, if you had the marketing in place and say, oh man, like we're killing it with marketing. We have, a bunch of reviews and we get, 5 calls a day, and like your marketing is already activated and you're getting those leads. In that regard, it makes a lot more sense because you're already the attraction. So now they have a physical place to actually come to and do business with you. But if you're strictly mobile and you don't have that lead flow coming in, the shop in itself, although it's in a prime location in terms of like where it's located, it's not going to have as big of an impact as you think it is. Now, in terms of like it not being the nicest neighborhood, that's actually not that big of a deal. Because there's plenty of businesses that are like A1 businesses that aren't like in the nicest of areas. So that part I'm not too concerned about. Another thing I am concerned about is the your former client, the one that's offering you all this. It's very easy for them to kind of take control over you. And the reason why I say that is look at everything you just said. He has a shop that he wants to, he can give to me month to month. That's already one thing, right? That he's doing a favor to you month to month. No deposit. Turnkey. He wants to bring his dealership work to someone at a shop, right? He's going to drum up business for you. Like, do you want to take on dealership work? We've never taken on dealership work. We won't take on dealership work just because with that kind of game, the key word with that is volume, right? Dealership work will say, well, and trust me, every dealership says this. Like, hey man, we're going to send you so much work. So now that's two things. One, let's say they send you a bunch of work. And then the problem is, let's put dealership work. Let's say you're able to get to 20,000 in revenue as an example, okay? The issue with that is what if the dealership makes up 40% of your revenue because they're sending you so much work, right? They're sending you so much work. They're getting other dealerships to send it over to you. Oh man, like they're sending me so much work. You don't have your own business at that point. Your business is to fulfill the services of the dealership. If the dealership goes out of business, if they find a cheaper detailer, if they find a better detailer, even though I get it, hey, look, but no, but I'm renting out to him. If anything changes at all, you just lost almost half of your business to one account, right? So again, they kind of have you they're dangling that carrot in front of you, right? Maybe you want to start charging more. Maybe you're saying, man, like I'm doing, I'm doing so much work for all these cars, man. I need to raise my prices. Hey, man, like, for all these cars, can we bump it up by like $50? No, we can't. I'm giving you all this work. I gave you this shop. You're paying month to month. We'll just keep on paying you what we're paying you right now. You have no leverage, right? So at face value, it looks like a good idea. But a lot of times you end up losing too much. You lose leverage because none of this is on your behalf, right? Like, you are doing that person a favor by paying $2,000 a month, right? By taking on their work. Like, it's very hard to be in a position to leverage when they're literally giving you everything. And on top of that, like, again, like with dealership work, what happens is, let's say they give you a bunch of work, right? Well, again, if currently right now you're like, man, like on all these jobs, I'm making up numbers. It's 120 for the car, and I'm spending around 4 hours per let's say 4 budgeted hours. No, let's just say 4 budgeted hours, right? So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So let's say right now you're making $30 an hour on those jobs. And you're like, oh man, well, I want to grow in the rent and all this, so I want to start making $60 an hour, right? So now, you say, hey, well, if I'm going to do this work, I need to start charging $240 for the work so I can make $60 an hour, right? Well, now again, if it's your client, your former client there that's controlling everything, you think he's going to let you just double your price because you want to make more money? Like, no, of course not. And you fall into this spiral of like, well, I'm really busy and I'm working all the time because I need to get to those clients and I want to get my own, but I'm so busy over here. So let me hire someone to help me manage that work. That way I have more time to get my own clients so we can actually make the money that we want to make. Right? Now, again, if you're set up to do dealership work and you can handle the volume and you can handle doing the like lesser quality services, but at a volume rate, then yeah, that lessens the blow a little bit. It still doesn't change everything that I just said, right? Like, let's say you want to say, oh yeah, and when I get the shop, I can do paint correction and ceramic coatings. Not if the shop's filled all day with a bunch of dealership work that your former client that's helping you out is bringing to you, and they're going to drum up business to bring more. Like, it just, in all that regard, no, because take away the month to months. Take away that like, let's say you had to sign a 3-year lease. Let's say you had to sign, like, for instance, at least, no, like most commercial leases, it's either going to be a 3-year or a 5-year lease. Reason being, and I can see why he's doing it month to month, because maybe, like, as you said, it's a turnkey system. So like nothing has to change in his shop or in that space to change anything. But the reason why people do commercial buildings do 3 to 5 year leases is because, like, you can't have a business come here for a year and think that's long enough for anything to happen. Like, if it's a 1-year lease, they're going to leave, assuming it's your initial contract. If we sign a 3-year lease, it's a lot easier to say, hey, I'll sign up for 1 more year because in next year I'll leave. But as like when you first sign up, it's a lot harder to get a 1-year contract because it's so short term. It's like, what are you gonna do in a year with your business? Like, that's so like in and out, right? So like on these commercial leases, they want commitment, right? The most typical ones are 3 to 5 years. You can probably get 2, you can probably get 4, but the most common ones is 3 and 5 year leases. So let's say let's say you have to sign a 2-year lease contract for the next 2 months. For the next 2 years, you're going to pay $2,000 a month, which is $24,000. Could you afford that right now without these favors? If no, probably not a good idea. If you had to pay first month deposit and last month deposit, which is $4,000 before you moved into that shop, could you do it right now? Yes or no? If it's a no, it's still a bad idea. You're not there financially yet. If this person wasn't going to bring you any work and you had to stand on your own 2 feet to cover that $2,000 per month for the next 2 years, could you do it? Again, if the answer is no, then I would not recommend you get the shop, because this is heavily, heavily reliant on everything this guy is saying goes through, that he sends you work, that it stays month to month forever, that it stays at $2,000 per month forever. If there's no contract, next month, he said, hey man, our property taxes are going up next year. So next month you're gonna start paying $2,400 a month. There's no contract, right? If you have a contract, it says like, hey, yeah, for if you sign a 5-year contract at the time that it is, there's like set parameters of like, hey, every year it goes up by this much for inflation, what have you, No contract. It's like, hey, man, next month is 3,000, right? I don't know if he's gonna do that. We've all heard horror stories of, a good friend or what have you doing something nice for a friend, and then they turn around and say, hey, by the way, I'm actually not gonna pay you anymore, or hey, man, actually, I don't want to pay that much. And it's like, whoa, I thought you were my friend, and why are you acting like this? Like, and it all blows up in your face. So if your business in itself can't stand on its own 2 feet by removing literally everything that the guy's giving you, I would not do it. It's going to be too premature. Because for instance, like let's say you stay there for 1 year, right? 12 months at $2,000 per month. Okay. Here's the biggest one, right? So you're going to pay what's that? What did I say? Yeah. Let's say you're going to pay $24,000 over 12 months. Okay. $24,000 from let's say from right now to what are we in? June of 2026. You're going to pay $24,000 in just rent alone, okay? So that's gone. Like just to keep the lights on. How much bigger could you grow your business right now as a mobile detailer if you spent $24,000 on your business? Because this $24,000 doesn't guarantee you more customers because you're in a busy area. This $24,000 doesn't mean he's going to bring you $100,000 worth of dealership work. This $24,000 is just to say, hey, this is my spot. That's it. Don't look at that guy saying, oh, well, I can bring. No, because now you are relying on someone else to keep your business afloat. So like, let's say right now, without the shop, today, you started spending $2,000 a month on Google ads or Meta ads. Right? And you can absolutely dominate the area with ads in your area. What kind of impact would that have on your business right now? I can guarantee you could probably grow it beyond 15,000. If you spent that same 24,000 on your business as a mobile detailer, you could get it to 15,000 much faster than simply spending $24,000 to get that shop without that guy doing everything that, without him like being so nice to you and quote unquote, giving you all these things. Now, if you were at 15,000 a month right now, and you say, hey guys, here's the situation I'm in, the numbers, assuming you're profitable and you're hitting all your numbers, it would make a lot more sense. But at 6,000 right now, if nothing changes, and yeah, I'm gonna bring you that dealership work, but it might be like in 2-3 months because right now we do have some mobile guys and we have some contracts with them. So maybe like in 3 months, I'll bring it to you. And now you might be saying, oh, 3 months? Well, I thought I was going to get it sooner, right? $2,000 is like 30% of 6,000. So right now, next month, if you don't immediately increase your revenue to $10,000, you're taking a massive hit. Literally 33% of your income before you pay yourself, before you pay the bill, 30% of your income goes straight to that shop without getting any extra gain. So all in all, I would say as nice as it sounds, I would not do that right now. And instead, I would still have that same mentality of like, okay, well, if I was going to spend $2,000 a month right now, I should just start putting that in marketing and let me grow my business up to 15,000. And in the next, if you're that aggressive, because, again, in your head, you're going to spend $24,000 in 1 year to not increase revenue. It's just to purchase that space month to month. So in 6 months, you should be running at 15,000 a month if you're still using the same budget. So that's the way I would look at it. Get to 15,000 a month first in 6 months, and then go get that shop if it's still there, which it probably will be. That's my recommendation. Don't look at the shiny object. Be like, oh, we're shopping. I can do this and I can do that, and trust me, you can do all those things. At 6,000 a month, assuming everything else you're doing right and you're profitable and all these other things, and like right now, if the 6,000 a month includes an employee, like absolutely not. Like there's no way you can be at 6,000 a month with an employee and think about getting a shop. So take that same money and in 6 months, grow to 15,000 and then go get that shop. If you want more training on this, on like the numbers and the marketing, everything, check Detailers Growth Academy down below. It literally has all the trainings of all the courses. So if you're just starting your business, if you're looking to market your business with search engine optimization, if you want to learn how to like price your services and how to run an actual profitable business by looking at your numbers, all of that is included inside the Detailers Growth Academy. So just click the link down below. My camera's about to die, so I'll talk to you next time.